So when you look at your phone, it gets unlocked. When you search or watch something on YouTube, so we recommend similar kind of things to you, or we see that blanks are able to catch the frauds in seconds. How does all this happen? This all are powered by machine learning. So what actually is machine learning and how does it works behind the scene? So if you have to give you the examples like how YouTube recommendations works or Netflix recommendation works or how the phone unlocks when you look at it. So machine learning is a way of making computers learn from the data instead of programming every rule by hand for every task. It's like we feed computer with a lot of examples. It looks for patterns in that examples and then uses those patterns to make predictions or decisions. Just like students improve by practicing more questions, a machine learning model improves by seeing more and better data. So if I have to walk you through the life cycle that how we train a model to do a specific task or for a specific job. So it all starts with finalizing the problem statement for what reason we are building the model. It can be to predict whether a transaction is fraud or not, or for recommendation system like recommending movie series or something to watch to users on YouTube or Netflix. So that's the first step, so finalizing the problem statement. Next is to build the model, we need data to train the model. So for training the model, we need data collection. We collect data from relevant sources. It can be user data, post transaction data, user clicks, images, user history, etc., etc., bank transaction history. So we, according to the purpose, we collect data for a specific requirement. Now, after the collection of data, we need data filtering or data cleanups because the real world data is messy. It has a lot of missing values, error, inconsistent values. So we need to filter out to make the data perfect or consistent for the model so that model able to learn more and better on that data. So next step comes the data cleaning where we clean the data, handle missing values, replace with non-available values, and those things like that. Next, we move on to most important, one of the most important part of this life cycle, which is feature engineering. After we do feature engineering, we move to exploratory data analysis. In feature engineering, mean to convert the raw data into useful input for the model. For example, turning a full date into day of week or hours of day. It's like data. We have data. Data has multiple sections, multiple values. So we convert the data into most relevant form of it. I said, turning a date into full days of week or hours of day or counting how many times a user visited our website. So we usually in feature engineering phase we extract these features. We transform the features so that it can be relevant or useful for the model. Next, we move on to data analysis, which is basically exploratory data analysis or EDA. We visualize the data to see the patterns in it, look the distribution, how data is distributed across the data set. We find correlations and patterns in the data that helps us to understand that how data is correlated and working exactly so that we can train the model in a better way. Next, we move into data modeling. What does data modeling do? Here we data modeling phase, here we choose the algorithm to train the model. There can be various some like decision tree, random forest algorithm, linear regression, etc., etc. So we choose the particular algorithm according to requirement and need, like for training the model. So that we have now clean data, we have done the analysis and the feature engineering. Now we going to choose the algorithm to train the model and see the patterns on the data. Last is the after we build the model, we go to evaluation phase. In evaluation phase, we test the model on the new data. Means we have trained the model. Model is trained on certain collection of data. Now we have to test whether model is going to perform correctly or not. For that, we need to evaluate the model. There are various techniques that we use to evaluate the model. So once the model accuracy is found and it shows that model is performing well, then we can say that we have built a good model. Now after that we move to the deployment and optimization phase. Because of the evaluation phase, we get certain inputs that our model is performing well on certain things, not well on certain type of data. So we need to optimize that model and make it better and better. And for user or for any requirement, for the purpose we are building a model, we need to deploy it somewhere so it can be used. So for the optimization deployment phase, we tune the model to improve its performance and then deploy it into real world inside app, website, or company system so that it can start making the prediction in real time. From that point, the cycle continues as we collect data and keep improving. So that's how a complete machine learning life cycle works.